So let's go. It says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim, ya ayyuhal mudaththir. Again, the Prophet ﷺ, he is wrapped up. He came home after being afraid and frightened, and he said, wrap me up. And they wrapped him up. And as he's sitting there, they're pouring cold water over him, a sound comes, ya ayyuhal mudaththir, oh you one that's wrapped up in your mantle. Hum fa'andir, get up and warn. Fa here is considered ziyada. All this right here is balagha. Fa. It's not sababiyya. It's not an answering to something else, to some condition. But in the speech, it beautifies it. Stand up and then warn. What are you warning? وَرَبِّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. And your Lord aggrandize. Or as they say in New York, Brooklyn, they say big up. Make them big. You know, let everybody know the greatness of Allah. That's what's فَكَبِّرْ. Big up Allah. Don't big up nobody else or nothing else. Then it says, وَثِيَابَكَ فَطَهِّرْ. And your thawb, your clothes, purify them. The ulama speak about this. This could be literal, or this could be something implied by يَحْتَمِلُ عَلَى شَيْءٍ آخر. Amongst the Arabs, when they say thiyab, they meant your honor. They meant your honor too, not just your literal clothes. Because if your thiyab, if your thawb is clean, they ain't got nothing on you. You get it, as we say in English? He ain't got nothing on me. Not literally something on you. Got nothing to mess me up. Make me look bad. You see the terminology? It's the same type of terminology that's used in the Arabic language. وَثِيَابَكَ فَطَهِّرْ. Clean, purify your clothing, literally, from all the things that they used to mess up their clothes with, and also figuratively through your actions. Through your actions. Don't let them have anything to dirty your clothes. وَالرِّجِزَ فَهَجُرْ. Right, I said rijiza and it says rujiza here. We don't want to be, narrow-minded with the Quran. The Quran was revealed in how many qira'at? 7. So there's 7 ways that you can recite the Quran. Most of us come from West Africa here, right? Well, not even most of us. Exactly about half of us come from West Africa. And in West Africa, they recite in which qira'ah? Warsh, for the most part, right? And then in Guyana and Bengali, what's the country? Suriname. What other countries over in Asia? They recite in Hafs for the most part, right? Hafs is the recitation, right? For the most part. Am I correct? I'm asking. No? Yeah. They do Hafs. Okay, so in Hafs, they say warujiza. Everybody say warujiza. And in Warsh, they say warijiza. Warijiza. Both of them are correct. Okay? They're both correct. It's not a mistake if the person does either or. Okay? Now, accept that they know to recite the whole thing in Warsh and the whole thing in Hafs. Okay? You can't switch up half in Hafs and Warsh like that. And warijiza, the ulama say, most of the mufassirun say that warijiza or warijiza was an asnam. It was some type of idols that they had. Okay? So this could mean those idols. Fahjur. Fahjur means make hijrah from it. When you make hijrah from something, you go away from it. You move away from it. Like those people who are raised in the Christian countries like myself, you raised up, they teach you Baptists, they teach you, the Christianity. And so you have the cross, you have the pictures of Mariam if you're Catholic and those types of things. So it's telling you, turn away from those things. Leave that stuff alone. Get far, make hijrah from those things. And also arrijis, and arrijis is also filth, something that would defile you. Any act that would make you be, danas alayk, make you dirty, then make hijrah from those acts. Does that make sense? And remember, this is the early warning telling people what to do. وَلَا تَمْنُنْ تَسْتَكْثِرْ. Here is a warning. And don't seek, don't look to throw your actions in and then to get more from it. For example, one of my teachers, he used to say that people start off with good intentions, right? And then after they start off with good intentions, they become opportunists. Okay? Their good intentions become opportunists. So this is basically what it's saying here. Don't you start doing something and then seek to get more because what you did. You donate your time because you want to get paid. Okay? You want to get more out of the deal. Does everybody understand what I mean by that? This is by those people who think they're righteous and say, okay, I'm going to come over here, so now pay me a little bit. Now I want to make $50,000. I want $70,000 because I'm here. And we see this a lot of times with some of the, sadly to say, some of the shuyukh overseas, especially some of those that claim to be, you know, i'tazala ala dunya. The people say they're turning away from the dunya, or they say they're Sufis and stuff like that. And they be the biggest, you know, looking like pimps that I've ever seen in my life. They have more dunya than anybody else. But they say they're running away from the dunya. You understand? Just like you see the preachers here, they say, oh, you're going to let your pastor drive a 1999 Rolls Royce? He got to get a 2007. Reverend so-and-so got a 2008. You know? Don't do stuff so you can get more. Seeking more. You understand where it comes from in that ayah? وَلِرَبِّكَ فَاصْبِرْ. And for the purpose, for your Lord's face, fasbir. And for Allah, your Lord, Rabbika fasbir. Make your patience be for only Allah. Don't be patient for something from aradan min ad-dunya. Don't be patient for something from the dunya, but be patient for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning, seek Allah's benefit, seek Allah's reward through your patience. And patience is not doing anything but complaining to Allah, because only Allah can change the affair. Patience is not complaining, groping, and moping like a man tied up about to get beat. That's not patience. Patience is complaining to Allah. If you want to see an example, look at the Prophet Israel, or if you want to call him Yaqub. Look, he was patient with what happened to him and his sons. Okay, the next one says, فَإِذَا نُقِرَ فِي النَّاقُورِ. It stops here. That's the first beginning part. Then it starts to describe what's going to happen on the last day. فَإِذَا نُقِرَ فِي النَّاقُورِ. And then when the trumpet is blown, فَإِذَا نُقِرَ فِي النَّاقُورِ. And the Prophet ﷺ was asked, كَيْفَ أُنْعَمْ. How can I be happy? How can I get all this ni'mah when Israfil has taken the trumpet and pressed it to his lips, and he's looking around, getting ready, looking for the signal, getting ready to blow. Okay? He's getting ready to blow. And when he blows, what's going to happen? Everybody's going to die. Everything is fanned. Everything on earth is destroyed. So he said, how can I be comfortable? Because that's his reality, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The reality that the last day is here. It's close. It's not something far off. And some of the people heard that in the later days that people are only going to live like 80 years. They said, why don't they just be born, dig their grave right outside their house, and then pray until they die? That's how short a lifespan we have. And most of us are at least halfway there. Okay? So the time is close. فَإِذَا نُقِرَ فِي النَّاقُورِ فَذَلِكَ يَوْمَئِذٍ يَوْمٌ عَسِيرٌ. He says now, he's describing, this is the first time that people are hearing about the last day. And he says, when that trumpet is blown, فَذَلِكَ يَوْمَئِذٍ, then that blowing, يَوْمَئِذٍ, on that day, يَوْمٌ عَسِيرٌ, it's going to be a difficult day. عَلَى الْكَافِرِينَ غَيْرُ يَسِيرٌ. And it says, for the kafirs, for those who disbelieve in this message, it's not going to be easy. Here is a warning about what's going to happen on the last day. It stops there. Now a new topic comes on. The new topic comes because Al-Walid ibn al-Mughira. We spoke about Al-Walid, right? Al-Walid ibn al-Mughira, he was a man who Allah blessed with lots of blessings. He gave Walid so much blessings that he was called Wahid. He was called unique, the only one. This was one of his names, Al-Walid ibn al-Mughira. So Allah says, and so what happened to Walid? Walid, when he heard the Quran, he said, this is not no poetry. This is not no sorcery. This is kalamullah. This is the speech of Allah. And then some of the people heard that from his people. You know, and his people were known because they were the fighters. The Makhzumi, they were the fighters amongst the Quraysh. They were the horsemen, and this was their job to defend the Meccans. They weren't pleased with that. So they sent Abu al-Hakam, or Abu Jahl as we know him. He thought he was so slick, so shrewd, and he said, yo, Al-Mughira, your people ain't going to be pleased with you till you say something bad about Allah's messenger, about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ibn Abi Kabsha, that's what they used to call him sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They wouldn't call him Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They're going to be pleased till you say something. He says, my people, they're talking about me. You got to say something about them. So they're going to see what happened. And this is after he knows. He knows that this is the speech of Allah. Because he's an intelligent man. And what did we say about the Meccan surahs? That speech was what? Inspiration. No, their minds could, their intellects could not reject the proofs in the Quran. It would not allow them. So Allah says about this, ذَرْنِي وَمَنْ خَلَقَتُ وَحِيدًا. He said, leave him to me. The Prophet, in another narration, it says, the Prophet heard what they were saying. And he got worried about it. And Allah sends him, ذَرْنِي. Leave me. Leave Allah. وَمَنْ خَلَقَتُ وَحِيدًا. And the one that I created, wahid, unique, like Al-Walid.